Hi guys, my name's Ayesha. I'm just going to go through a few basics on how to get started with the original Huku Balance Board and what to do for a beginner point of view. Alright, so I've got the original Huku Balance Board here. Before we begin, what you want is your board, a nice stable surface, so a mat is great to begin with. The more kind of surface that you have in a mat or carpet, the more it will slow down the board, so easier it is to begin with. If you're on tiles and things, it's a little bit more slippy, so grab a mat or a tile for underneath, okay? With the board itself then, you've got the top deck of the board, which is nice and grippy for your feet to go on. You've got this middle line to know where the middle of the board is, that's where you want your midfoot to be, and the Huku Balance Board sign, which is going to be at the top of what I go through. Then you've got the bottom deck, which is nice and smooth, so that whenever we get onto this, that we can balance from side to side nice and easily. Then we've got little stoppers at the end, which just act as a bit of safety, so that if we balance either way, a little too far, it stops us and we can gently lower down onto the floor. Also good for some tricks once we get into that later down the line, okay? Then we have the Huku roll, which is what goes underneath the board to actually get us up into balance, alright? Got some lovely cork here as well, which acts as a little protection between the two to balance off. Okay, so to begin with, we've got the setup. Let's just get used to how we're going to stand on the board itself, okay? So if you're a surfer or a skater, you'll probably know what your most dominant foot is. The foot that goes in the front. For me, it's my left. I'm a natural, okay? If you don't know this, let's get down into a little nice bent position. Look over to one side and then lean forward. If that feels quite nice for you, that's probably your most stable leg. Look over to the other side, that feel a little bit different. Between the two sides, you feel different. Whichever one you're most comfortable with is going to be your top leg. If you kick a ball, the one that's stable is your most dominant leg you kick. Okay, so that's going to go at the top of the board at the Huku sign when I go through this. Alright, so stepping onto the board itself, let's just get used to it flat on the floor, not with the roller. Okay, so feet nice and apart, more than shoulder width. The more distance that you have here between your feet, the bigger your centre of gravity and the balance is, okay? So the easier it is for once you get up on the board. So my foot is just a little bit off the Huku sign at the top and just an inch off the bottom, okay? What we want to do is have the feet nicely planted onto the board through the heels, knees nice and supple, little bend there, nice and easy. The knees going over the second toe, okay? Not knocking in or out, just over the second toe. Hips. I'm just going to rock back a little bit, okay, so we tuck that bum under, get that core on, feel a little squeeze into the middle, okay, really important, keeps our balance into our centre, and it helps get a little bit more bang for our buck as we go through these exercises. Breathing nice and gently, moving of the upper arm nice and freely, upper limbs and all the torso, alright. Head facing forwards, nice to get that drisky, that little point where you feel like you can focus on. Focus is super important once you get into the balance here, okay. So just nice and loose as you would be on a surfboard and a skateboard if this is the first time you've done this before. So getting that little bend there at the knees, hands in the centre or hands in front, whichever suits you. I'm going to stick with my hands in the centre for now. And we're just going to rock side to side a little bit. Okay, so this is kind of the movement that you get once you're balancing on the board with the roller underneath as well, side to side. Keep that bend in the knees, that little hinge forward in the hips with it tucked under, core on, okay? Coming from side to side, let's just get used to this to begin with. Then what we're going to do is progress it a little bit so that we're mimicking what we do when we need to lift off to actually get off the floor onto the roller, okay? So what you're going to do is push down onto that dominant leg where the Huku sign is, and then lift the other leg up, okay? And over, you can do the same on the other side. Perfect. So push down and up. Okay, push down and drive up. Good. Over, push down and drive up. Over, push down and drive up. Okay. So really squeezing through the bum. Okay. Push down through the heel, drive up, squeeze the bum muscle, and coming from side to side. This is exactly the same movement that you're going to have to do once we get the roller underneath, so it's good to just start to warm up in this position first. Hands into your centre, on your hips for that little bit of feedback, whatever works for you. Okay, hands out front, side and push up. A few more repetitions of that, over to the side, push up, side, push up. You'll already feel that little bit of burn into the grits, okay? This is why working on this is so fun. Once you get going, you're doing this without you realising. Lovely little warm up to begin with, okay? Then find that centre and just go from side to side again. Perfect. So once you feel warmed up, or you've done all your little bits and bobs alongside a warm up as well, if you're going to get into your workout, let's see what side moves we get the roller underneath. Okay, so roller comes over to the side just under the Huku side, where your dominant leg is going to be to begin with. Okay, have the little stopper just right at the end as well, so that stops the roller from going tipping to the other side. Okay. If you're completely new to this and not all that confident with balancing, let's get a chair or your kitchen worktop or a wall or person in your household in front of you, okay, to hold on to as a little bit of support. Alright, as you come onto there. For the purpose of this, I'm going to put it to the side so you can see me a little bit easier, but always have that in front of you as and when you need it, okay? So I'll pop that to the side for me. Your feet, same place that they were whenever we had it flat on the floor. Top foot's just a little bit above the Huku sign, bottom foot right at the bottom. Okay, nice gentle bend in the knees, foot, feet driving down, knees, nice and supple bend, going over the second toe, hips just slightly hinged, tucked under, okay, nice and relaxed in the upper body, hands wherever you want them to be in your center, okay. Let's get used to that little sway side to side again. It's going to feel a little bit different because you've got this side up. Swaying side to side. Okay, and then we're going to start to think about this drive. So when we're thinking about the drive, it's that dominant foot, that Huku side will really push down. Okay, push down, and the other side becomes really light, and it might lift up. Push down, over, and you might lift up. Down and over. Good. You might feel that the board wants to push one way. Go with that, go with the feeling. Push down, okay? Drive down through that foot muscle as well. And the other side, lift. Lovely. Get a practice of that. If you're holding on to something, excellent as well. It really helps you get your center. Once you feel confident with that, you can go onto one hand, no hands onto your surface. And push down. Lovely. This time then, let's try and get that whole lift off. Okay, good. Whole lift off, over in the center. So push down through that dominant leg, find your middle, and you'll feel yourself. Maybe wobbling side to side a little bit, but the balance coming towards the center. Oh, then you can feel as if you're pushing side to side, pushing down into the floor, the board moves with you. And find that little center point. Okay, drive down through your heels. Whoop, they're going off. Reset as you need to. Drive down through your heels. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze into the glutes. Excellent. Find that focus. Hands in center, hands in front. How long can you balance there? Do you have both hands on, which is perfect? Can you take one away? Hands to center, hands in front. Are you still playing with that lift off? That's completely fine. We don't need to get to this stage first time. Good, nice gentle balance in the knee. And then just rock down onto one side when you want to release. And push back up again. Good. Have a little play. And be slidey. Middle and down. Okay, so it's a nice little way just to get started. Make sure that you have something there to help balance on the top.